Judiciary independence caused Tinubu's defeat in U.S. court. Atiku replies President's lawyer Ogala. Yeah, so Ogala has been saying that whatever defeat that Tinubu suffers in the U.S. Over Atiku is inconsequential in Nigeria. That whatever document Atiku will get from the U.S. CSU and the U.S. court will not be tenable in Nigerian Supreme Court. Now it's inconsequential. So now people have been replying him from left, right, and center for making that statement. And in line with that, Atiku has responded as well. So let's see what Atiku's response looks like. The 2023 People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has said the independence of the judiciary in the United States led to President Bola Tinubu's ultimate defeat at the Northern District of Illinois Court. Atiku was reacting to the order by Justice Nancy Maldonado to the Chicago State University to release all of Tinubu's academic records to Atiku. As he lambasted Tinubu's lawyer and former national legal advisor of the All Progressive Congress, Babatunde Ogala, who had described the U.S. court victory as of no consequence. Ogala had also compared the victory to masturbation, insisting that the judgment would have no consequence on Atiku's appeal against Tinubu's victory at the Supreme Court. Many they chopped Tinubu money first. However, Atiku said rather than deliver justice on the merits of case, judges in Nigeria had continued to give Tinubu victory based on technicalities, a development that had led to over 20 dubious victories. He said Tinubu had continued to evade justice since 1999 when the legendary human rights lawyer Gani Fahimi first blew the lead on his alleged certificate scam. Speaking to a special assistant on public communication, Frank Shaibu, Atiku said it was unfortunate that the Nigerian judiciary had failed to live up to expectations as the last hope of the common man. He said Justice Maldonado, who has spent less than 1 year on the bench and who sat on this case for barely a month, has been able to do what the Nigerian judiciary could not do in 23 years. This explains why the Nigerian society is on the brink of slipping into the state of nature, which Thomas Hobbes described as short, brutish, and nasty. Ordinarily, we would not have responded to the words of a legal Lilliputian who has never won any landmark case in court and whose growth in the legal field is tied to the apron strings of a Chicago bagman. However, the truth needs to be said for the sake of posterity. It is unfortunate that Ogala glorifies technicality instead of justice. Ogala claimed that the victory was meaningless, so why did his principal try to block the release of his credentials if he had nothing to hide? Why did he also appeal the initial judgment? The Bible says only the wicked run when no one chases them. Why has Tinubu been blocking the release of his academic record for nearly 30 years? Atiku's AD said Ogala's outburst was based on his desperation to receive an appointment from Tinubu, having failed to make the cabinet. He claimed that Ogala was lobbying to be the Attorney General. He believed it was his birthright after defending Tinubu in court on several occasions. However, having only received the title of senior advocate 2 years ago without any remarkable or landmark cases under his belt, Tinubu opted for the more experienced Lateef Fagbemi. Since then, Ogala had been trying to ingratiate himself to Tinubu and is now standing logic on his head just to please his master. How pathetic is that? So that is what the same thing Frank Shaibu is speaking on behalf of Atiku, that he called this Babatunde Ogala a professional Lilliputian, intellectual Lilliputian. That's how he called him. Okay, somebody from Lilliput. People from Lilliput are short people, so he's now trying to. That's like similar, so trying to, tease Babatunde Ogala that is a Lilliputian. Okay, Babatunde Ogala has been glorifying legal technicalities against justice, and that is why they have been shielding Tinubu all these years, right from the first time that Gani Fahimi unraveled this Tinubu certificate forgery before his demise. Unfortunately, Nigerian Judiciary has been defending Tinubu for the past 30 years, and it's been very, very bad on the part of Nigeria. And now the time has come to put things right. Okay, time has come to make things right. Now, somebody is saying this is not so much about Tinubu. It is about a very easily manipulated system by the mafia in the three arms of government. Their cup will soon be full as there is unbearable stench everywhere now. Of course, very good comment. Very unbearable stench everywhere. Thanks so much for an unbiased comment. I know what the lawyer means by that. The judgment does not matter. He's just telling Nigerians that even if Tinubu is guilty of forgery and identity theft, the Supreme Court, which of course is already bought over, will not take that into consideration. It is only a shameless and a hardened criminal that will not resign with such a heavy load on his neck. Exactly. Exactly. So you have finished this half-guided lawyer. He is really a Lilliputian. Not be smart, you know. He's a Lilliputian. From Lilliput. Not easy. Some say Jesus will really be ashamed of you for mentioning his name in a matter that is evil. Do you know the person you refer to? Do you mean every Nigeria is corrupt and fraudulent like your Jagaban? Mr. Man, make una stay away from tribalism because it never does anybody any good. That is very good. Okay, so has he been a president before, or does a vice president has power to make the judiciary independent? Atiku is coming to kick the boot of this old Yoruba grandpa back to Lagos. Not be smart, you know. Atiku is well as a vice president before 8 years under Basanjo. I think Atiku actually knows governance better than Tinubu. Now wow, this is a very serious one. Sometimes I don't even understand this country again. Iricho, I don't know if you understand this country again. The more you look, the less you see. That is Nigeria. Somebody say, who is righteous among us? Tell me you are perfect before God. The truth is, we can have our weaknesses differently. That is the reason we must not always behave as if we have arrived the realm of holiness. So what is one trying to say now? People are trying to come and defend what is not, trying to be religious. Wow. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. That is the response from Atiku and Frank Shaibu, or from PDP to Tinubu, and to Babatunde Ogala, who is saying that Atiku's victory in US is of no consequence in Nigeria. Okay, now the game has just started. We learned that the lady that signed Tinubu's diploma certificate that he submitted for INEC last year for election has come out to sue Tinubu for forging her signature. And that is another big case that is going to come up in the US, not even in Nigeria. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.